AAMG is dedicated to provide the highest quality multi-specialty medical services to patients in the San Francisco Bay Area. Come sign up to be a member today. AAMG. Your choice, your health, our mission.
So all of the complications of diabetes, and again, this goes back to your body trying to keep that sugar at a normal level, is that when the sugar levels stay elevated, then all of the complications come from damage to the blood vessels.
糖尿病嗰個併發症咧，有一樣就係會影響身體嘅血管。
Yeah. So in the heart, the blood vessels they get clogged.
咁喺個心血管嗰度咧，就係令到嗰個血管心嘅血管係阻塞。
And in the heart and in the brain, when the arteries get clogged, then you get a heart attack and stroke.
如果係喺個心嘅血管同埋喺腦嘅血管有阻塞咧，就係會引起心臟病同埋中風。
And then the blood vessels from the kidneys and also in the back of the eye are also affected. So you get kidney problems and you can get blindness.
咁另外個併發症咧，就因為影響到個腎嘅血管啦，會影響腎嘅功能啦。另外影響眼嘅血管咧，亦都係眼會出現問題。
So go back to here. So again, heart attack and stroke are the leading cause of death in type 2 diabetes.
咁係即係心臟突發症同埋咧個中風咧係二型糖尿病嘅主要引致死亡嘅。
You get blindness from it's called diabetic retinopathy. 咁
就係影響個視力甚至會盲咧，就係糖尿病嗰個視網膜嗰度有病變。
And then also the blood vessels affecting the nerves get affected. So you get things like tingling and numbness in the hands and the feet.
咁就影響到四肢嘅血管咧，就係會個周圍血管嗰度咧，就係會有嗰個周圍神經咧就會有病變啦，會手腳麻痹咯。
Now, as I mentioned, kidney damage, and then also because the blood vessels are affected further down, then you get things like risk of infection, you get foot ulcers, risk of amputation.
咁因為令到嗰個下肢即係嗰個血循環嗰度受影響咧，所以咧就係容易係會阻礙，如果有傷口咧就阻礙傷口嘅愈合啦，同埋咧就會引起發炎啦，個傷口引起發炎，同埋咧就可能會需要呢個截肢。
So if you have diabetes, then these are just some of the routine screening things that you should be making sure you keep up on and making sure you keep your doctor aware of. So one is just if your blood sugar is at goal and your doctor can figure out what your goal number is, then you could be checking in at least every 6 months. If they're not at goal, then you should be doing it every 3 months until they're at goal and stable.
咁即係而家講關於糖尿病嘅檢查。就係如果係醫生覺得你嘅血糖已經係達到一個目標咧，可能檢查血糖咧就係大約係每6個月做一次。咁但係如果未達到個目標咧，就可能3個月要驗一次血糖嘅。直至到個血糖係平衡翻、正常翻。
Checking your urine at least once a year to make sure there's no protein.
就另外要檢查個血嘅蛋白係1年1次，如果係尿嘅蛋白1年驗1次，咁需要嘅時候咧，可能如果係個尿嘅蛋白高咧，係需要頻密啲檢查嘅。
So you should get an eye exam once a year to evaluate for the diabetic changes. When you go, you actually should mention to the eye doctor that you have diabetes so that they're checking for the right things.
咁另外咧就要去檢查個眼，如果個眼嗰度咧有改變咧，就醫生會提你你要同醫生講係你有糖尿病啦，咁佢會再詳細啲幫你檢查個眼嘅。
And if you have tingling or numbness in your feet, tell your doctor. But then also you should also be doing a daily foot check to make sure that if you have numbness on your feet, you actually can't feel if you get cut. So then if it gets infected, you can't feel it. So then you should be just checking the bottoms of your feet in between the toes if you have things like athlete's foot fungus, that kind of stuff. So make sure that it's all the skin is intact.
咁因為影響到腳嗰度咧係麻痹，所以有時如果係即係損咗，可能都唔係意，所以咧就要每日都要 check 下個腳咧，係睇下有冇傷口啊，或者有嗰啲叫做真菌嘅感染，即係好似香港腳嗰啲叫真菌。
So now we're just going to talk a little bit about medication. I'm not going to go in it too much because it's kind of detailed. But for diabetes medications, I wanted to talk about two main kind of categories. So when we talked about homeostasis before and how your body does not let your blood sugar go less than, let's say, 80. Okay, there's certain medications that will actually drop your blood sugar down below 80 because that's what it does. This is a diabetes medication brings your sugar level down lower than it's supposed to go.
咁而家就講關於藥物啦，咁有啲糖尿嘅藥物可以令到你個血糖降低嘅。
So those two medications, one of them is called insulin.
其中一種嗰個藥物咧就係叫做胰島素。
And the other ones are called sulfonylureas. If you have heard of glimepiride, glyburide, those kinds of medications. Has anyone ever heard of those before? Is anyone on those medications?
有冇人食緊糖尿藥㗎？口服嗰啲。
Okay, so essentially those are the two, the insulins, and the other one's called sulfonylureas, the glyburide, glimepiride. Those are the two that if you're on them, there's so many newer medications, I would really actually rather have you come off those and and take one of the newer medications. So the other ones essentially are all the other ones that do not allow the blood sugar to go lower than your body would normally take it.
So 嗰啲糖尿藥咧就亦都唔想話令到你個血糖係過低嘅。
So the other medications that if you have diabetes, that you should likely be on these other medications because they are protective for the kidney related things and the heart attack and stroke related complications that you get from diabetes.
So 即係喺嗰個書度睇到咧，就係有兩類嘅藥咧，除咗係即係可以令到個血壓嗰度幫到個血壓咧，係保護住個腎臟添嘅。
So the first one, if you have diabetes and you have high blood pressure, then you should be on either something called an ACE inhibitor or an ARB, an ARB, and these ones will help to protect the kidneys.
咁如果有血壓糖尿又有血壓嘅問題咧，係因為下邊嗰兩類藥咧就係ACE1、ARB 咧就係可以保護到嗰個腎臟嘅。
And if you have diabetes, you should also be on a cholesterol medication because of such a high risk of heart attack and stroke that we recommend you start a cholesterol medication at the same time you start diabetes medication.
咁而家有糖尿咧，又有膽固醇高咧，就因為唔想個心臟唔想個有心臟嘅問題，同埋有中風嘅問題咧，所以另外又要食呢個膽固醇藥。
So I just have one slide on diabetes medications because these. So let's see, metformin is an old medication, which is a great first line medication. But the other ones over here are actually some are quite old, but these are all the ones that are very rare in causing your blood sugar to go too low.
咁就係第一隻，即係講糖尿嘅藥，第一隻叫麥方面咧，就係即係已經係好傳統，即係好舊嘅藥。 咁另外第二、第三、第四咧就係一啲即係都唔係話好舊嘅藥，但係咧就主要咧就唔會令到個血糖突然間係好低嘅。
So the one thing I wanted to mention, if anybody has diabetes and they're on one of the medications that will drop your blood sugars low, the problem with these ones is that sometimes they can be expensive. So in terms of how we start with the medications, we like to start with the oral medications first, and then if your blood sugar is still not controlled, then we will do injectables. But if you have medication that your doctor recommends that's too expensive, then because open enrollment is kind of coming up, then I would recommend that you look at the medication coverage plan to choose a plan that actually covers one of the newer medications because they are much safer.
有啲糖尿嘅藥咧係好貴嘅，咁而家係嗰個叫做即係保險嗰度 open enrollment， 你哋就要去 check 一 check 嗰個即係嗰個藥嗰個情況，咁so is related to the insurance, right?
Yeah, the insurance, the medication plan that you can choose. You might want to choose one that covers one of the newer medications if that's something that your doctor had recommended.
So 你要清楚即係睇一睇嗰個insure咧，即係可唔可以係包呢種新嘅藥嚇？咁就同醫生講一講，即係自己要去 check 咗個 insure 嗰度，然後再同醫生講。
I think that's all I've got. Any questions?
有冇問題？
我想問咧，糖尿病係咪應該會影響血糖高
？The question is diabetes will cause hypertension?
No. Diabetes, so usually hypertension, diabetes doesn't cause hypertension, but usually it's one of the associated conditions. So a lot of people that have diabetes will also have hypertension and also have things like fatty liver and elevated triglycerides.
So 有糖尿病唔係一定會有血壓高，但係咧係一個誘因嚟嘅，就係即係有即係唔係話兩樣病一齊會絕對，但係有糖尿病咧可以引起血壓高，咁就係因為會影響嗰個糖尿病會影響即係嗰個腎臟啊，咁所以會出現血壓高嘅情況。
Other questions?
糖尿病係咪遺傳
？To ask about is that genetic?
Let's see. There are some forms I think that can be a little bit that can be genetic, but most people do not have a genetic form of diabetes. And type 2 diabetes is usually from being overweight and being too sedentary and eating too much of carbs and whatnot.
即係糖尿病未必係有遺傳，但係咧就出現嗰個Type 2第2型嘅糖尿病咧，就係因為咧即係過肥嘅，即係肥胖啦，so obesity and
more like a sedentary lifestyle.
So maybe the alcohol or smoking.
Alcohol, no. Usually though, if you're able to lose weight, decrease what you're eating, exercise, all of those things, then you can actually get rid of the diabetes.
即係你係頭先講嗰個做運動啦，注意飲食做運動啦，減體重咧係會幫到嚇。唔知答唔答到個問題？
差唔多瞓覺。
瞓覺。
哦，
你先。Lack of sleep can relate to cause of that.
Yeah. So sleep actually, if you don't have good sleep, essentially you have all these like hormonal cycles that are very kind of restorative for the body. So one thing is like the steroid, like the stress hormone level, so if you're not getting good sleep, then your sugar metabolism isn't going to be as good. So you definitely need good sleep.
因為如果你瞓得唔好，可能對身體個荷爾蒙咧有影響嘅，咁或者都會即係會影響佢 會有糖尿病，但係即係總之即係可能有影響。
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
For more information on other health topics, please visit the AAMG Health Education website. If you like this video, please give a like, and subscribe to our channel for more related content.